Children, just don't listen. Hi, I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my Quilting Live. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, if you're new to my channel, head down and hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out. And ring the bell, get notifications when I'm live, as well as like my videos and share them. Okay, jump. Okay, right here's as far as I get you.
Hi, welcome to my Quilting Live today. Named you Peanuts.
No peanuts. So, I got my little helper in here, and today I am cleaning my room. Yeah, I know. You really want to watch me clean my room, but there's actually some importance to cleaning my room. So, let's let a few people get on. Hi, Sinead. Hi, Kim. Hey, I will smack your butt. Just leave that alone. So, first of all, I need to thank some people. I found out it is time to retire my shark squeak. You guys all know squeak. Because today's mail from a amazing friend who just, I don't know, I guess it was just random. She might jump on. I don't know. I haven't seen her name pop up. But she got me, wait for it. Bam! A Panasonic. Did I say that right? Yes. It's a Panasonic cordless iron. So I actually don't need the base. I just pull it off, do some ironing, and put it back. And it steams really good. It doesn't have a name yet, and it still smells brand new. Oh, you guys can't even see that on the camera. That sucks. But yeah, Teresa, if you're watching, thank you again, because I already thanked you already. But thank you again. As well as a package. I'm not sure if she wanted me to say her name because she didn't put her name on the package or put in the card, obviously. So I'll just say that from a friend that we all know sent me a pile of fabric in the mail today. Well, she sent it the other day and it got to me today. So I got some more fabric and I'll share that with you because I'm actually putting it all away. So,
hey guys.
Okay, will you please stop? That is not an importance. You're just making my room a mess, even more. See, my room is a mess because there's a child's bed in here, and she keeps wanting to drag all her toys in here now. So, yeah, look at that. All right, we got June, Linda, Lori,
Mommy.
Aunt B, Juanita. Yes, so, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, somebody that we all watch, Becca. So, Becca. So, that's who sent me all this. It was supposed to go to someone else, but she... I guess that person doesn't want it or something. I don't know. So I'll just show you guys what was in it. Got this one. So pretty. And it's actually not like diamond beads. It's actually motorcycle chain or bike chain. Pretty cool. So I already have a plan for this. This is going to be a bag. Definitely going to be a bag. There's like a half yard here. And I did not check the yardage, which I do when I clean my room, because the part of cleaning my room is bolting everything. I iron, bolt it, and put it on the shelf. So here's a princess fabric, all the different princesses. And the cool one, Scott really liked this one too. This has the evil villain from the princesses. So that's really cool. This either will make a good bag or two, or we can just put princesses and their villains in the same quilt. And then there's this one. It's like a pink color. I don't know how well you can tell because I'm not really in the nice direction. And then both of these, red and blue. So this will go with my patriotic stuff that I'm going to be making soon enough. And then a lot of you have probably seen this one online. I see this one all the time when I'm shopping for children's prints. It's a puzzle pieces, bright colors. And then I haven't showed the girls this yet because they're going to go crazy and they're going to want pajama pants or something. But they love that Inside Out movie. So these are the little Inside Out characters. So this is definitely a plus that I can make some pajama pants with because they 100% love the movie Inside Out. And then this one, I'm not sure what this character is on here at all, like whatsoever. I have no idea what this character is. So I'll have to figure that one out. It says Stromek droid. I don't know. And then you guys all know I love this kind of stuff. So this was awesome in there. I like the Day of the Dead skulls. So all that was a big plus, and now I'm just going to clean it all up because I still have this big huge pile of everything that was cleaned way over here, and this pile and this pile and this pile and this pile. It's just, I'm bolting it all up. So I figure we can hang out and chat while I clean up my stuff as well as use my new iron. So, and it's the funniest thing, I'm getting all this fabric and stuff from people, but when I put it on the shelf, it still doesn't seem like I have a lot, honestly. Not that I'm asking for people to send me fabric, but it just doesn't seem like I have a lot, because when I go to choose something for a quilt, and here's something that has, you know, all you guys probably deal with. You look in your room and you look in your stash and you're like, I have all that right there. You can see it. But it doesn't go with the quilt that you're using, so it has to wait for, you know, 5 more quilts down the road to use it. So, yeah. I'm going to scroll, and if you hear a baby crying, that is because she's crying. Let's see, Smitty, you should see my sewing room. I'm always cleaning. Huh? Hi, Joe. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Robbie. You can hear a baby crying who wants to come in here, so I'll bring her in so she can say hi. From Star Wars. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yes, I'm crazy about them too. Hi, Deborah. What is the quilt behind you? That is my Dresden. Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Look. Shh. Don't cry. Oh, they don't want to hear cry babies. Okay, I'm going to send you away now. The door is open. The door is open for you. The door is open for you. Oh, sorry about that, guys. She doesn't like the door closed when she's here. And she has to come in here and play. So she's just going to come in here and play. She'll stop crying as soon as she starts playing. She has her toys and stuff in here because this is where her baby bed is. So.
$10 a week to watch this too. I should get paid more than $10 a week. Goodness.
So I'm just ironing with my new iron. It's spread over 2 rooms. I have sewing room spread over this and in the garage. So this iron is pretty darn cool, guys. It's on, but this comes off so I can fill it with water. And then it says after each time you iron, return it to the base. So I've been returning it to the base. It's pretty darn cool though. I'm liking it so far. I've been using it to iron fabrics when I decided to come live. What a fabric collection. Oh, okay. I was at the quilt that's behind me. That's my Dresden. Oh my goodness, I got to tell you guys this because when I was sewing the Dresden and then Insomniac live the other night, oh my god, this was such a horrible disaster that I realized. I saw it after I hung it up and showed it to you guys. So you guys had seen it from oh, turn around camera. You guys saw it from this angle, right? When I showed it to you. Well, unfortunately, can you see right there? When I was sewing it, I did not see this on the fabric. So I was talking with one of my friends today, and she says it could be oil, but this was from my Brother machine. Like, really, did the oil from my Brother machine get on this? Look at that, guys. There's no pins up on my desk, so it couldn't be pins. So while you guys are here, does anybody have any ideas while sewing what can get on your fabric? I'm very highly, I tried cleaning it with water so far. There's the other spot. I'm highly mad about this, guys. I don't know what is on this. And I'm not going to cut it away. I'm going to probably keep building on to the quilt either way and just, I don't know, like take white out to it. I mean, it is noticeable. Oh, focus. It is very noticeable. It's like a spot. But I could also like applique something silly right there, or I don't know just yet, guys, because I'm really mad about it. I don't know what it could be. I don't even know how I can get it out, if it's oil or anything like that. So I'm not sure, but it's very noticeable, as you can see. And I didn't see it till the live the other night when I was on the Insomniac series. So I'm unsure how to even fix that, you know? I mean, yeah, it's like very mad about it. I don't know what got on it. And I should have seen it because the sewing is, I mean, the applique stitches are right there on that edge. So from where my needle goes up and down, I don't know. There's a solvent called Energen that takes spots out, usually used in dry cleaning. Hi, Anne. I'll have to write that down. And they sell that at a regular store, Janet. Use in well-ventilated room. I'll probably just do it in the garage. OxyClean with a bit of paste. And laundry soap might work. Well, I was, yeah, we don't have any, but we know how it works. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh, I was thinking about just appliquing on, Sasha, appliquing on the center, you know, put the centerpiece on, stitch it down. And then I was thinking about sewing around the whole entire edge with a stay stitch around the whole entire top so far, and then throw it in the wash. I'm not sure if that's going to work, but we can try to make it work, you know. Yeah, I'm not thinking it comes out. Anyways, this is a half a yard, so I fold it up in threes like so.
You get this belly.
So it's folded up in threes, 1, 2, 3. Fold it in towards this. Fold it over, and this is how I store these in my. You guys have seen in my little drawer bin. I stick these in that. Sashi, Triana, if you play outside this room, Sissy will play outside this room, please.
Why?
Why? Because I asked you nicely, please. Come on, go out there, please. Thank you.
Give my blanket back.
I'm fine. Provide. Either you help Tiffy or you go away. All right.
Go get Cindy's snot rag.
Let's grab another
CJ,
one.
give me a snot
So
rag.
I'm gonna
I got it.
do this Americana fabric. So this is a lot of yardage. Not a lot, it's like 2 yards. Shh. I'm hoping that you guys aren't getting drove crazy by this.
Oh, well, we do it every day.
I always open up the yardage.
Okay, put it
And
away.
when I store yardage, I like to measure by using my table how much I have here. And I know it seems so weird that I'm trying to clean while it's being made mess in here. And I lined up. Oh, and then some of you might not know this, by the way. Oh, you're getting said hi to CJ and Scott. I have Dawn dish soap. Okay. And hi, Dawn. I'm finding little scraps and bags everywhere. Have you tried Grandma's Secret Spot Remover? Works in most spots before you use a solvent. I'll have to look at that too.
What do you want to do?
I'm curious if some of you know how to align fabric. So there's actually a trick to this for you guys that are beginners, and say you get a yard of fabric, and when you're trying to iron it out, hold on, let's see if I can purposely mess this up, and it looks like this. Can you see that? I'll even turn it around because the other side's even worse. You see how it's really crooked like that? You can't press it that way. You actually have to align it. And some stores actually cut their yardage really messy. They don't even pay attention. It's not correct, so on and so forth. What I do to get rid of that is I put one finger in the middle, my first finger,
Okay, so
and thumb right here, and then my other finger, my middle finger, and the rest of my fingers on the other side. So thumb on one side, first finger in the middle, rest of the fingers on the outside. And I adjust with my fingers like this.
There's no room.
And then shake it up to keep my selvages together until everything is all.
Sasha's trying to break
equal.
your plugs.
So you guys are gonna have to give me 2 seconds.
Plug the light back in.
Let's go. I can't do this with you guys here. CJ, go play in your room with TV with them, please.
Well, they won't stay in my room. They
Yeah,
want to
they
be
will.
here.
2 seconds, guys. Yes, let's go.
And now my leg
Let's
is.
go.
And I'm stuck. Thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
I would have played with
All
them
right.
in my room, Mom.
So So that way you guys know how to align it. All my fingers on the outside, first finger in the middle, thumb on the opposite side, and you can just adjust it back and forth until you have it nice and straight. Like that. So once my selvages are aligned and everything's nice and straight, then I throw it on my ironing board, holding it level and equal. And then I lay it out and I press it. But I measure it first.
No, come on out here. You're standing out here. What are you doing?
The one baby does not like the doors closed. That's why I usually go on when they're not here. She's very weird about that. So I line it up on here. You guys can see that. Nice and flush. And I use my fingers and hands. I measure how much is on here by using a yardstick. So here's one, just like any store would do. And I would say 1 yard. I would come to this side using my fingers at the beginning. Here's 2 yards and 23 inches. And that's how I write it down. I actually don't go 2.5, 2 3/4 of yardage. I actually put it by inches because I prefer it that way when it's on my shelf. I don't know how some of you guys are when it comes to storing your fabric, but I like to know within inches. It helps me. And then I take and I write it down on a tag. And then I stick it to my board. I'm out of my comic book board. So this is the foam board from the 99-cent store, cut up. And I put it on there. And then I just press my fabric. And this new iron is like super awesome because now I can just not have a cord in my way bugging me. I also like my seam up here to be nice and flat. I usually take the iron to that and make sure that it's nice and flat because it folds up on the bolt easier. Even if I was using a bigger bolt, I'm going to have to get used to not standing that up. And then usually I hang it over the table, but I don't have room right now to hang over the table. So I'm just going to pull it up like this for now. It's where everything's up here. And then I'll flatten the rest of this out. Everything should be flat because I originally started by adjusting it really nicely. And I just sit and do this all over and over and over again until the whole entire pile is done and on the shelf. And I literally have so much in the garage that I should still get to bring in and do this too because there's so much fabric. I mean, there's not a lot. It's all, a lot of it's not even yardage. That's all like my Christmas and holiday fabric that's out there. It needs to be put away. In one box, all of it, between in here and out there in the garage. And then when I get this far, then I fold it onto itself in half, like this. So I fold it again in half, bring it towards myself, open the rest of it up. And I'll check comments in a minute, guys. The kids were really calm until I went on live. It's the weirdest thing. It's like they know because I had to close my door. All right. So it's folded in half now. And I just quickly give a little press to this edge right here so it's not too bulky when it's on the shelf. And I sit and do this until everything is done. Can you believe that? And everything gets washed too, depending on where it came from. There we go. Once that's on there, like this, everything's nice and flat. I'll take that little cardboard, come to an end, and I make sure that my folded end is the part that shows how much is on here with the little piece that's taped to it, my little sticky note. And I just roll it up like this. And it's nice to have a big table or ironing board to do this with. And it helps everything stay on the shelves so much nicer. So this is how I clean my room. I clean it up by doing this. So it's nice. I know how much is on there. I'll put a new tag every time I take fabric off. Usually I do that by the end of the year. I usually, like, if I use a ton, like you can see there's some that are missing some, like, I don't know, 6 months later, I'll do the cleaning like I'm doing now. And I'll come back and remeasure what's on those, and then I'll refold them up. So sometimes I do it while I'm working though, but most of the time I don't. So this one is going to get filed over there. So I'm going to take you over here. And it's going to go right there. And all these have tags on them. And that's all I'm doing. Just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Trying to get this whole, I don't have a chair. It's been taken over. So I'm just going to do this, and just figured I'd come on, say hi to everyone. Okay, where was I? Dawn Dish Soap. I saw that. Okay, where were we? I watch up to 9 grandkids every day. I didn't even hear them. Today alone, I found 12 totes of fabric. Whoa, that's a lot. Oh, hi, Loretta. Let's see. Sound like me. I'd be just overwhelmed by the whole mess. I would be too. I have a lot in the garage that I need to go through. This is great. I will try that technique. Oh, with the fabric, yeah. Hi, Tammy. Hello, everyone. Haven't caught up on all the names. It's okay, Kim. I'm trying to get caught up. Just do a little each day. I try to. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Sue Ann. Hi, Linda. I love your cordless iron. I am like so thankful for this thing. This thing is amazing. Like, I wish you guys can see. I can see the steam. You guys can't see it though. I guess the camera doesn't pick up that kind of stuff, but it's cool. Everybody knows I love a steam iron. Vicky says girls have candy bar. No, they don't eat candy. They're just that way. these hyper girls. Iron, you stay amazingly organized. I try to. But look, the kid bed, disaster over there, toys on the floor. My chair is a disaster. I have more building up over there. Like it drives me insane if my room is a mess. Like any other room in the house, I could care less about. It's this room that needs to be cleaned up. I like to know where everything is, I guess. Nice to iron. I think I want a cordless, but haven't decided yet. Well, so far, using this cordless, I am not like the one iron, my Black & Decker. That one is left-handed iron. Now I know because the cord comes out the wrong way and it gets tangled every time. But if I was to use it with my left hand, it doesn't. So it's definitely a left-handed iron. It was a gift, yes. How long does it stay on while it's off the pad? Actually, I don't know. I took out the book from the box and I have yet to read it. I'm pretty sure. I know it says it goes off in 10 minutes. So I don't know if the cordless part goes off in 10 minutes, but it says to replace it to the thing on the box after every use. So we'll see. Didn't stay hot enough for me. Need to buy an iron. So let's see. Bye. Hi, Vivian. I so wish I had that much fabric. I ever Rowena. That's what I like, Kim. I have a mini one, but it's broken. It's just on the shelf for display purposes. Need some of their energy, right? Have you given any thought to where did it go? To unlettering on the Brothers sewing machine? Have you given any thought on lettering on the Brothers machine? Lettering for what? To using it or making the video? I told everyone I'd make a video. And Jim says, not home unless it's lived in. Look, yes, exactly. Except for this room. This room has to look like it's clean. I'm really particular about this room because if I can't find everything, then I go crazy. I'm like, I knew I had it. Where did it go? I didn't cut it. I didn't this. I didn't. I'll go crazy in my head. So, and if I thought that I wanted it for something specific, I need to have this room clean so I know where to find it or where all my stuff is and so on and so forth. It's the only reason why I'm particular in this room. This looks like 2 yards. So, yeah, I definitely am only very, very picky about this room. I'm gonna measure this real quick while I'm right here. 1 yard, 2 yards, 2 yards, 2, just 2. This one isn't as wrinkly as the rest either. This is very, very nice, unwrinkly yardage here. Look at that. It's really nice. So I just have to flatten it out a little. Those girls are mad. Very mad. I didn't say I was going to be on forever. I just told them to give me a little bit. And I like steam. And when it comes to yardage, to get it flat, the first thing I do is I always iron up and down like this with the grain of the fabric. And then I go back the other way, this way, with the grain of the fabric. I never iron it on the diagonal. I always just back and forth. Like that. Get that second part. I don't know how long this can be off the iron, off the base though, but it's going to be nice to know when I read it. Hopefully it's like long periods because I do iron a lot. I'm pulling strings off too, so I'm not folding it with strings in it. Fold it onto itself like this. And I line up the selvage with the fold onto itself as well. It's just how I roll, guys. I find it fits on the shelf better when I do it this way. And I do have tons and tons of regular yardage bolts, but anything more than 2 yards is what goes on a big bolt. This is 2 yards even, so this is just fine on here. Okay. I'll check the comments in a second. So this is 2 yards. I'm going to write down 2 yards. Put it on a chingham bobber. So here's 2 yards on my little sticky note. And I always put it on the soft side of the board. Actually, this was more softer than that side. Just a sticky note. It usually stays in my fabric. And I put it always facing outwards where the fold is, not on the selvage side, although some people like to read the selvage, so that's on you how you do it. I do mine in the fold. And see how that came to the end like that? Seems like not much to be folded over, but it's okay. It'll sit on the shelf just nice. So, I mean, there's not much hanging, but I usually like to line it to where it kind of ends up more in the middle, but I'm still going to put it on the shelf anyway. Just like that. And since I'm working on that far shelf, that's the shelf that's going on. Okay, let's see how much this one is. Another Americana, because it says, remember our heroes and such. This one's only 1 yard and such. I tell that just by looking at it because my board is 64 inches long. So when it fits on the board completely, I just say 1 yard and 19 inches. So I write that down. Put it on a thingamabobber. I better press it real quick. I'm getting ahead of myself here, guys. I always press it because a lot of fabrics, when I wash them, they get all funky. This is called Let Freedom Ring by Susie Toronto. Print Concepts Incorporated. Interesting. I like to read the names sometimes on the salvages. That's super wrinkly right there. Come on. Unwrinkle. Feels pretty hot off the charger. I'm wondering, it's got like an internal battery or some sort, I guess. I'm assuming. I'm not sure how that works. We'll find out by reading later. I'll read later. So then I just press along this. I try to move the iron around though, just in case it creates new wrinkles sometimes when folding it in half like this. It's very rare that it does that, but sometimes it does. It's smooth. I like this. Look at that, how it just slides. Look at that, guys. So that's good. It glides along fabric really good, huh? It's like a review all in one video, huh? I don't bolt up anything less than a yard, just so you guys know. I think it's a waste. Those I just fold up and put in a drawer. That one came too low. So I start over like this until it lands where it needs to land, because that would have just been too high and it would have get tangled up in other fabric. There we go. See, so now it's more than halfway down. So that's how I put it away. So I'm gonna go put this on the shelf, which I'm now out of room for. I gotta move all these homemade layer cakes. I got homemade layer cakes I need to clean up. All right, let's read. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Not a home. Okay, I saw that. Yes. So she's talking about the machine. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I'll get to it as soon as I can. I have to make a tag. I have to make a tag for my floating gems quilt. That's just getting all messed up sitting in this pile. As soon as I make the tag on that, I'll be able to do the video. Okay, as soon as I make the tag. So we'll get to it as soon as I do the tag, because I do it on the machine anyway, so then I can get it done. What is the fabric you're organizing? A gift to? Yeah, the one fabrics that I'm working on right now, the pile that I'm on at the moment, is the pile from my moving sale bag that I got and I showed you guys. And what did I get at a moving sale video? A piece is gorgeous, pretty fabric. Churches get all the sheets and fabric from St. Vincent's here. Oh, that's cool, Vicky. I ordered cotton fabric 10 yards. I've had it for 2 weeks. I'm sure it's a mess. That's funny, Jim. I've already put all my big yardage up there. The ones that had lots of yardage on them. I already put them up high on a regular chingamabobber bolt, an actual wood, or not wood, cardboard bolt. Guys, I gotta go. Have work in the morning. Catch you on Sunday. Have a good night. Safe with it. All right, Sinead, we'll see you next time. Let's see. We're in a snowstorm and white out, and some roads are closed. Wow, Vicky. I don't know how anyone gets around in areas with lots of snow where you guys all say that there's snow. Nope, couldn't do it. I mean, I would at least, I mean, I never leave the house, but I would have to leave the house at least once a week to go fabric shopping. Or at least to the grocery store to, buy a, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I would go crazy if I knew I couldn't leave the house. So sick of snow. I'm ready for spring. We're not done till May. Why you guys snow for so long? Yikes. 81 today. Never even really got a winter in Southern California. I already know that, Janet. I'm pretty much the same here, except we weren't 81 today. It was like 68 today because yesterday it was super windy. So we got some chill today. I saw that on your local news. Y'all on my prayers. Some beautiful fabric. What are the boards you are using? Sorry, but it's foam board from the 99-cent store is my second choice. My first choice of bolting, I usually use comic book card. I'm grabbing some. I usually use acid-free comic book card, so it's not, I mean, I cut them because when I get it from the thing, I cut it in half and then I cut a bunch of pieces. So I think I get 8 pieces from the foam board when I cut it, because it's a big piece of foam board for like whatever diorama or something. I don't know if people make that a foam board, but I can get like 8 pieces. And then the package of comic book card, I get this, it's I think 100 pack. And it's actually 100 pack of these is good. But the only thing is this is actually, you have to force it to bend it, like, see, you have to force it to bend it. That's the sucky part about comic book card is once your fabric's on, it tends to, you can see over here on the shelf, it tends to start doing this the more yardage you put on them. So that's why I've learned my lesson not to put more than 2 yards on comic book card. And if it is more than 2, but not enough to get a big bolt and go up in there, then I use this right here, the foam board from the 99-cent store. But you pay $1 for the foam board at the 99-cent store. And if you want, you only get 8 pieces each time. So it adds up to almost being the same price as the comic book card. Just know that you can't put more than 2 yards without it being on your shelf and start going like this. Like it just does that. But at least these are all reusable. So when you finally use up everything that you had on it, put it aside and use it for something else. So that's what I'm doing right now is kind of repurposing it for more fabric. I only had 2 of those left though, so that's why I'm not using them. So again, I just take the fabric, and like this one's really not aligned. And I just take it in my fingers. Ooh, this one was really cut funky. See why do they cut funky like this? I don't get it. Look at that. Here's one side. Here's the other. Like that's like 3 inches. Look at that. Like, can nobody cut a straight line? Not against anybody who does work at a fabric store, but most of the people that work in fabric stores are not quilters. So I don't get why they mess up. And before I bolt it, I usually measure and then cut that off. And I put that with my strings and or my scrap pieces because that just annoys me. So I will take my scissors right now and just hand cut that all off as straight as possible. So I'll just tip the camera down so you can see what I do. I get so annoyed with it. It starts way back here. So I just cut a nice straight line as best as I can. From one side to the other. I literally cut off that much. That's like, I'll use it for scraps. And then I'll measure what's here and bolt it up. 1 yard, 8 inches. I'll write it down. Oops. There's a smooth side to foam board, and then there's a rougher side. Everything sticks to the smoother side better. Okay. Takes a second unless it's out of water. Nope, it's not out of water yet. It's been a while since I put water in it. I put it in when Teresa and I were talking earlier when I was thanking her for it. So that means it lasts with water for a while because I've been doing this for a little while already. It doesn't really feel that hot as my shark did. But then it is cordless, so maybe that's why. I think it's just like, you know, that quick for the moment type pressing, I guess. I don't know. Line it up. Give it a quick press. I'm going to look at some comments. Not bad. 57 independence, 7 now. Okay, I already said that. You guys are talking. Dang, love the way you are storing your. I like the way this is. I've always, like, with my yardage, been 100% about keeping it cleaned up. Only tears the fabric to make sure it's on the right grain. Aha! I've never seen, ours don't do that, but I know places do. So I'll read some more comments in a second. There we go. So that's all nice and bolted up. Now it's where I like it. I like it to end up down here at the bottom. Let me go put this on my shelf where I'm now out of the room unless I move my projects that are pre-planned. I actually have a shelf of pre-planned projects, guys. Like, they're not in containers yet because all I did was cut the yardage and put everything together. So someone use Mandela folders. I don't know what that is. Or Manila folders. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. The yellow file folders. Yeah, I think Jean Truelove uses those, I think, until she recently started buying comic book card because she does have a lot of yardage. But I think in her earlier videos, she was using the Manila folders. I've had yardage that gets cockeyed when it was laundered. I've seen it off by as much as a quarter of a yard, but it still gets used. Yeah, I've had that too. I'm getting depressed. No fabric. Snow don't help either. Mine is folded in totes, but I'm going to steal your method. Well, I think it's a lot more cleaner and easier to control the disaster being the way it is. I do in the future, if this is my permanent sewing room, I want to take this whole wall and have custom built-ins. You know, those kinds that you can buy at Walmart, not Walmart, Lowe's and Home Depot. It's like metal rods that go on the shelf, and then the shelf goes on a thing, and you can adjust their heights. I kind of want to put a bunch of those on the wall and then put the wood shelves on them, but adjust them to where, you know, like, say I want this kind of fabric and I want a little bit of room, or I want this there and I want to put decorative stuff on that shelf, or I just want only one wall for fabric. That way I can use the extra room on the other empty walls for design wall, because I'm tired of the floor being my design wall. Oh my God, is this? Oh no, there's one more left. I'm tired of the floor being my design floor. If that makes any sense. So I definitely want to have one wall empty specifically for that. And I technically do, which is the wall that my quilt is hung up on, but I like having a wall to hang up a quilt for display as well. So removing making the shelving all one wall will actually allow me to do that. But I can't afford those shelves right now, because when we went to Lowe's to find a mount to use for the long arm, to try to, you know, mount something to the top of the long arm for my camera to go on, I was looking at the prices and those things just start at like $275. I'm like, yeah, he gets a military discount, but not enough for that. I'm gonna have to open this yardage and press it just a little bit different. It's really, really funky right here. I'm gonna press it out. And then lay it on. I still haven't measured it yet, but it's not very much, so. Oh, that was still so crooked. That iron is talking, by the way. Kidding me? Come on. You can kind of tell when it's correct as well. I don't like to lay it when it's not flat. I like to get it just right. I think it goes better that way. Okay. I think I do everything too fast. I iron too fast. I sew too fast. Oh, well, how much was this? 1 yard, 7 inches-ish. 1 yard, 7 inches-ish. All right. So it's not really 1.25 yards. See, that's why I go by inches. This one's laying pretty darn flat. Okay. Good. Go up or down. Let's go up like that. See, I have to make sure it's adjusted just right, guys. Just so that there's enough hanging over like that. So I can go on the shelf. And this is the last one for that shelf because no more is going to fit on it over there. I'm talking about this shelf right there. I'm out of room right there unless I clean up all this. Because these are planned projects. And then there's some layer cakes, but those are planned as well. Oh, look, there's more card stuck. I also save the layer cake things for those of you who don't know. When I make my own layer cakes, I actually save the cardboard from layer cakes to make my own layer cakes. So just for those that are curious, I do that as well. This is how I clean. How I get stuff done. So now I have quite a bit there. And then my half yards, let me show you guys how I do this real quick. We're going to turn it down. Half yards go down here. And these, which are now full, but let's see. So half yards are in there and down there. And I don't know if these couple pieces are going to actually fit. So let's try to do that while you guys are here with me. Let's see if I can't. Oops, stay. There we go. Stay right there. I'm not sure if this is going to stay very well. Let's see. So that you can see me try to shove this in. I make sure that all the folded sides are facing up. Let's see, like that. There we go. And then I do my best to grab both sides. I open it up somewhere, grab both sides like this, and I push it over. And I shove it. Look at that. It's working. It's working. I shove it in. I think that's time I get some more cubbies or something, or put it on a shelf or something. I don't know. All right. There we go. So here, they're in there. Look at that. Ta-da. Yeah. That was hard. So there's my other one. I probably, well, maybe could have pushed this door over too, but I don't know what I'll ever use all that stuff for. Probably bags or something. All right. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just kind of trying to clean up that disaster. You know, get it cleaned up and put away onto that shelf, which is full. That shelf, I think I could get one more or two more in it. And then I have that shelf. Those are for like Disney and stuff prints. So that one is almost full. And then my solid shelf, which I can remove that box there at the end, right there, and probably fit more, but none of this is solids. The rest is just like random. I don't put flowers with flowers and stripes with stripes and, you know, so on and so forth. I started doing that. Now I don't. I just kind of throw it wherever it lands. So anyway, let's see. Where was I? Love Panasonic cordless. Hi, Carla. Or Charla. Sorry. I probably got that wrong. Just popped in. Is your fabric mostly 45 inches? It should be. It better be. That would be beautiful stack and whack quilt. I'm off, folks. Okay, Sue Ann. Have a long day. Good night. Hi, Nat. Night, Sue Ann. Nat, remember, thumbs up, guys. Hi, Robbie. All right, so pieces of fabric. You know how you guys saw that I had pieces of fabric also that when I showed the bag, what did I get at the moving sale? There was also stuff like this. So I press all of the pieces. I press everything nicely, and then I will pre-cut, make my pre-cuts out of all this. So all this stuff was like, you know, it's not very big, and it was just pieces, and it's all cut. Some of them are funky, like you can tell that is a round piece mixed in there. Some of them were funky. I don't know what these people used fabric for, but I get it. And I use it by making pre-cuts, and I have a special pile for when I get bored in the middle of the night. Some of you know this about me. Those of you who are new and don't know this about me, in the middle of the night, I make my own pre-cuts when I can't sleep. So all these cubbies that you see right there, those are all my own homemade pre-cuts. And right here is my dish. It says in it, it's like my prep dish. It's my pre-cut bin that I stick all these pieces in. And I dig through this bin too when I need something. So all my need to be, you know, cut pre-cuts all go into this bin. And then when they are turned into pre-cuts, they go over here into these bins. For those that are curious how I organize, these bins are my pre-cut. These are my 2.5 inch squares. I have all the way from 2.5. I have 1.5 inch strips, 2.5 inch strips, 5 inch full length strips. Those are all full lengths. Then I have 2.5 inch squares, 3.5 inch squares, 4 inch squares. No, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and 5 inch squares. Then I have 8.5 inch squares, but not very many, just for like, you know, like random stuff, like to test a pattern or something. And then I cut 10 inch squares as well. So I make all my own pre-cuts for anything. And then I have string pieces that weren't full length of fabric. I separate those. I also have like my storage and cleaning. These are with the fabric strips. So they are the full length of fabric, but they weren't 2.5. They weren't enough for 2.5. They were only like, say, 2.25, all the way down to 1 inch. So there's some 1 inchers in here, all the way up to, you know, 2 and like 3/8 or so all go into this one, and they're full length strips. This is for string piecing and so on and so forth. So I separate all of that, and they all have their own containers, which I've fallen out of. My 5-inch squares are now in a bigger box. You know, I mean, it's just my 2.5-inch strips are now in a tub, which you guys saw because it was part of one of my giveaways, the guessing how many strips thing. That thing is like enormous. That's an enormous flat under the bed bin. And that is going to overflow someday soon too, because there's a lot in there. It was 826, and I've added like probably like 30 strips since that video. So there's a lot in there, a whole heck of a lot. I haven't counted those since then. That was, I only counted for that video purposely for that giveaway. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Sean. Hi, Sue. You've been quietly watching. Hi, Linda. All right, so this is what I'm doing. Trying to separate things. Oh, there's my T-quilts box now because they were buried. So those can go back over here on this side. I mean, I got to I need to get to the point where I can take my machine off of my cutting table and wipe all that down and wipe the machine down because of the dust. I need to get to these back tables. I'm trying to like dust my room in reality. I'm gonna get all this put away and clean and dust. And I'm bolting up the bigger fabrics, and I have to have Scott or CJ or someone put them up there because I kind of can't. Trying to get this situated. There's so much mess, so much. I'm making a mess as I'm making things constantly, like cutting stuff up and so on and so forth. Plus I got to dig out my box of gingham. I put it somewhere and I don't remember where. It's not under where it was. It's somewhere when I cleaned the closet. I don't know where I put it. So I need it to finish my, Dresden, because that's going to be an all gingham quilt. So I need it. So I got to clean to find it. I love watching you when I'm supposed to be going to sleep. How funny. Yeah, I'm always here when it's supposed to be time for sleeping, guys. Yes, I do have. I got, like, you guys have seen all this. Let me turn the camera on. This side right here behind where I sew, this is where you guys usually see. You don't see because technically it's behind me, but all this needs to be dusted. Like, you see how much dust I get in my house just since the last time I dusted? Do you see that? So you really know I have issues with dust, guys. Like, so I have to go and dust all that because they're all black. The white shelves, it's harder to see, because they're white, but anything that's black, you can see the dust. But I have to clean all this stuff up too, because that's not really that bad. I just got to dust those, and I'm probably going to have to take this down sooner or later too and wash it because I think there's dust on it too. If you look carefully, like you probably can't see it in the video, but if you look carefully along the top, there's a load of dust, and I could probably have CJ vacuum it for me. Maybe. I'm not sure, but I'm tired of getting sick, and the only way to prevent sickness is to clean this mess up and dust everything and try to keep up with my dusting. I'm pretty lousy. I usually just dust my machine in the area where I sit, but I think I just got to dust all of it and clean it all. And just clean. So in between videos, I'll be cleaning. I just wanted to come on and show you guys that I'm cleaning because that's what I'm doing. And now I see that there's thread everywhere too. So anyway, I'm sure a lot of you here with me right now too. Why don't you make a large room in your garage? Thought about it, but my husband and I both prefer, because where we live, to have the car parked in the garage. So it would still have to somehow be a functional garage. But if we take the garage door away, that would be better. Though we still need some sort of garage. So the only way to do that is to turn the side that the car is actually on, which is actually shorter, into part of something and just wall it off, or turn the opposite side in, but I'd have to have like a cornered wall. It's a funny shaped garage. You guys would have to see the way the car would still be able to be pulled in. So I can turn one side fully in. We could enclose it, but it would be a little bit harder. you know, and then I have to put all this out there, and we'd have to run the air conditioning from the house. It would be easy to run the air conditioning from the house into that room. It would be a small enough room, but it would be bigger, it would be long, but it wouldn't be as, it'd probably be as wide as this bedroom actually, because that's how big that end wall is. So I don't know. We've thought about it, but we still need a functional garage because it gets to, in the summertime, between 115 and 120. I'm not walking outside to get in my car. I'm turning it on in the garage, getting that AC going, and then backing it out because it melts batteries, it melts steering wheels, it melts dashboards, and cars. You can't have leather seats. We don't have leather, but you can't have leather seats if you're going to park your car outside here where I live, because it just isn't happening. So any of you that are in Arizona, you all know what I'm talking about. And some of you Californians even, we cannot park our cars outside if we have certain things because it ruins them in the sun. And my car is nice and I want to keep it that way. So someday, I've already talked about this wall right here being knocked out and conjoining the closet that's on the other side of this wall. There's a closet on the other side of this wall in the hallway. I've talked about knocking this out and making it one big closet so we can resell the house in the future if we wanted to as a closet. It would just be a large closet. Then my long arm could actually fit in this room, you know, in that indention, and then have shelves across the top. But we're talking like $4,000 maybe in remodel type, making it pretty, because we wouldn't want to mess things up. We would want it nice. The electrical has to be re-ran, and I don't know. We've talked about it though. We'll see someday. I like the shelf idea first. I'm gonna stick with that and just let it be, and stick with cleaning all the dust up right now in my room because it needs to be done. Oh, and the cool part about this iron is I can turn it off. Oh, I don't have to unplug it all the time. I just did though because that's what I do, but I don't want anyone to press the buttons. Anyways, I'm gonna get going, guys, and finish some cleaning. I just want to really come on, say hi, hang out. It's nice to have someone here, but I have a feeling that I need to get back to those kids before they start going major crazy. And plus my phone is gonna die. So I just realized that, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm glad all of you guys were able to join me. I have lots to do. Oh yes, I'm gonna be doing that. I told you, Kim, it'll be during videos I won't use my mask, but off screen I will. I just like when you guys can see me talking. In case some of you are hearing impaired and the volume's all the way up and you still don't know what I'm saying, my lips will tell you. Because I can kind of read lips when I watch videos too. Well, fabric creates lots of dust. Guess you could send me a fabric. I'll be finishing or packing your box of fabric tomorrow. Vicky Lemire will be there soon. Oh, that's awesome of you, Chris. Yes, thank you for Vicky. I'm saying thank you for Vicky. I love the fact that you're cleaning and I'm cleaning too. It gave me more motivation to get it done. County trucks plowed our mailboxes in our yard, so got to go to post office. All right, guys. So hi, Teresa. You're coming on right when I'm getting off, but I did say thank you for my new iron. So you just have to go back and watch the video. But my phone's gonna die, like literally. I just plugged it in, but it's not gonna last. So, oh yeah, see, I forgot to tell you guys. This was kind of random. I'm cleaning my room anyway. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go, and I thank you for joining me. And this is how I clean. Hopefully, if you guys need to get some cleaning done, I've gotten you up off that couch, back into your sewing rooms or sewing areas or sewing garages or wherever you sew, and you're getting some cleaning done. If you're new to my channel, head down there, hit that subscribe button. I know today was a boring video, but like it anyway. And I will talk to you guys later. Good night, everyone.